Significant figures. So now we know that not every single digit in a number is significant. So let's talk about the rules. First rule, all non-zero digits are significant. So basically any number 1 through 9 counts as a significant digit. So the number 45, both the 4 and the 5 are significant. 32,453, all of those digits are significant. So basically any number that's not 0 is always counted as a sig fig. Now, zeros, they're tricky. Rule number 2, any 0 that is sandwiched, meaning it's in between two numbers that aren't 0, are significant. For example, 405. The 4 and the 5 sandwich that 0, so all 3 of those are significant. This number, although there's multiple zeros, they're still all sandwiched between the 9 and the 3. So all of these zeros are significant. So that'd be 7. Rule 3, any zeros that are behind a non-zero digit and there's a decimal anywhere in the number become significant. So let's look at some of those. Alright, so these zeros out front are not significant because they are not behind a non-zero digit. So none of these are significant. This 0 is behind a non-zero digit, the 9 and the 8, and there's a decimal. So that means the 9, the 8, and the 0 are significant, these last 3. So there's 3 sig figs. Now, if I look at this number, these zeros are behind a non-zero digit, but there is no decimal in this number. So these zeros are not significant. So it has to meet both of those requirements. It has to be behind a non-zero digit and there has to be a decimal somewhere present. So in this number there's only 2 sig figs, the 9 and the 8. Alright, this one you have obviously the 5, the 9, the 4, because they're always significant because they're not zeros. This 0 follows the sandwich rule, so it's automatically significant. This 0 is behind a non-zero digit. It's behind the 5, the 9, and the 4, and there's a decimal present. So it is significant. Now, what about the 0 out front? It is not behind a non-zero digit. So even though there's a decimal present, it's not behind a non-zero digit, so it is not significant. So the last 5 numbers are all significant. Alright, so let's do some practice. How many significant figures are in these numbers?